Sussex torn up as run before horse to market with Ethic deal and get big trick of century. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's partnership with the firm, Ethic, has been questioned after it was found to be investing in a major fossil fuel company. This week the Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced their partnership with the Ethic Group, an ethical investment firm. The company, which Prince Harry and Meghan Markle said could change the world, claims to guide younger generations on investing in environmentally and socially responsible companies, including areas like green energy. However, Ethic, which is reported to have $1.3 billion of assets, has been found to be pumping millions of pounds into a fossil fuel company. Documentation from the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission shows the firm that the Sussexes are partnered with has holdings in a number of banks, oil companies, pharmaceutical firms, and chemicals manufacturers. One of Ethic's investments is the Baker Hughes Company, which provides the oil and gas industry with products and services for oil drilling. Ethic told the Mail Online that the former royals would be able to avoid investing their funds in any companies that they personally disagree with. "We allow our clients to choose the environmental, social and governance issues that are most important to them and then help them create custom portfolios based on their preferences. Your personal portfolio might look different from your family members or friends that prioritize different things." Representatives for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been contacted. Ethic has also been approached for further comment. Facebook, a force for evil? It's one of the great questions of our age, with the Silicon Valley behemoth accused of everything from illegal data harvesting to facilitating the seemingly inexorable spread of online bullying, hate speech and fake news. Only last week, a former employee turned whistleblower named Francis Haugen testified under oath that astronomical profits had persuaded the company to ignore its own research indicating its products harm children, stoke division, and weaken our democracy. Leaked documents appeared to support her claim, though the firm insists otherwise. The social network has also been successfully hijacked by anti-vax propagandists, Russian troll farms and adherents to the pro-Trump conspiracy group QAnon, who in January invaded the U.S. Capitol in a riot that saw 5 people killed. Not to mention the perpetrator of the Christchurch terror attack in New Zealand, who used the site to livestream footage of him murdering 51 people in 2 mosques. Criticizing Facebook is, therefore, very fashionable indeed. Which may explain why the company's sternest detractors include those irrepressible advocates for trendy causes, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Prince Harry last year called for the heads of major corporations to withdraw advertising from it and other social media sites. Or as he put it in a magazine article, to reconsider your role in funding and supporting online platforms that have contributed to, stoked and created the conditions for a crisis of hate, a crisis of health and a crisis of truth. His wife, meanwhile, revealed that she'd quit Facebook's sister network Instagram, blaming the almost unsurvivable toll of internet trolling it permitted and comparing users to drug addicts. "I do have concerns for people who have become obsessed with it," she declared. "It's an addiction like many others. Something, algorithmically, is creating this obsession and I think that's very unhealthy for a lot of people." All of which makes the royal couple's latest commercial venture look very strange. They have just been unveiled as impact partners in an ultra-fashionable Wall Street firm named Ethic, which they modestly claimed will allow them to change the world using the power of high finance. Their new employer, in which they have an equity stake, targets investors with a social conscience and at least $250,000, £180,000, to spare. It then helps them invest their money in shares of companies selected because, in each client's particular view, they address the defining issues of our time, such as climate, gender equity, health, racial justice, human rights and strengthening democracy. So far, so woke. Were it not for a bizarre fact, one of the supposedly squeaky clean firms in which Ethic has placed a portion, the $1.3 billion it has under management, just happens to be Facebook. Regulatory filings reveal that the hipster investment company has bought into the tech giant in a big way, holding around $7 million of its stock in the most recent period for which records are available. Whether Harry and Meghan, who say some of their personal funds are invested by Ethic, are aware of this is unclear, and there is no evidence they personally hold Facebook's stock, since we don't know what shares they have chosen to buy into. But it's far from the only company in the Ethic portfolio whose values appear to be dramatically at odds with those of the royal couple. Take the company's extensive investments in fracking, the highly controversial form of gas extraction from underground shale endlessly vilified by environmentalists. Despite his affection for private jets, Harry has endlessly hectored the public about climate change and fossil fuel emissions. Yet among 16 energy companies in which Ethic holds stock is Helmerich and Payne. According to the Wall Street Journal, H&P is the dominant supplier of high-performance drilling rigs used in shale gas fields and last year reported revenues of $1.8 billion.